You thought I was ending the playthrough right there? Ha! There's still much more of the game we need to get through. Including the final area of this castle, which is the clock tower. Ah, the clock tower. This thing has been in every Castlevania game since the very beginning. And how does this clock tower fare in comparison? Well, for one thing, kicking ass music. This is my favorite theme in the game. I'm not even joking. This is the outro to each and every part of this Let's Play series and rightfully deserved. The Tragic Prince? More like the Fresh Prince of Romania. What you want to do right here is it's going to be another one of those large courtyard areas. You want to zoom up into the right here. This will nab you another bat skill, which is the Fire of Bat. The bat will now be able to shoot fireballs. Pretty weak, you're better off with your bat dash, as I like to call it. Next, there's going to be a couple of items closer towards the center of this room, which so happens I luckily land right on top of. The Ice Mail, the Bekatoa, and the Shaman Shield. I don't know much about the Bekatoa because I never use it, but the Shaman Shield is pretty useful and so is the Ice Mail. Even though it's kind of situational because ice. And to the right is, really nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. That's like 50% of the enemies in this game. They're butt-ass naked. And speaking of... Oh, god damn it! The Harpies. These are actually some annoying enemies right here. And not just because they're Harpies and they have to be annoying in every video game that they're in, but just because, well, they're... yeah, exactly that. They're just annoying. Anyway, this room has a gimmick. The gears in the wall will open a door somewhere in the room. You just have to hit all the gears in the area until you hear a click. Much like that, there are a total of 4 gears total, 2 in each room. And also the gold Medusas make... Ah, shit! The gold Medusas make their return. I keep falling into the spikes, what am I doing? Screw you, Harpy! So another nuisance you have to contend with, not just the Harpies, are the Medusa heads. The gold ones can petrify you if they touch you, but you can get around that with the Mirror Cuirass. Heard a click. The cocks can be random. Sometimes it takes maybe 3 or 4 hits, other times it takes 8 to get a full click in. Now that the gears are in place, the door at the bottom of the screen should be open. And in this room lies the steel helmet, the gold plate, and the star flail. The star flail is kind of like your Belmont's whip slash vampire killer, sort of, kind of, I guess. It has a similar animation to the rot weapons, but the reach is slightly larger. It also has this sparkly look to it whenever you do attack. And right here is an inconspicuous wall. With more flea armors. Didn't I just leave this party 5 parts ago? The Cloak Knight here, he can actually respawn on the same screen if you take too long, so I just get this stuff and get out of this room. Their attack patterns are not that deep, and they're not really that hard to hit and get into a combo. Especially when you got the Sword Familiar by your side. I'm gonna cover all that empty space off screen, it's not really that important. I am going for the best ending. And getting the best ending requires you to get 196% coverage of the map. Or more specifically, you need to discover 1,884 rooms. It's kind of a tall task. And this area right here, I may be in one giant chamber, in which technically it counts as one room, but the game counts it as maybe 10, 11, or 12 rooms. Because this place takes up so much screen space, I guess. So my best advice, just look at the room counter. The map sometimes doesn't properly update, so yeah, just use the room counter. Ooh, what do we have here? The healing mail. Oh, that's nice. The healing mail restores your health while walking, but it takes a long time for it to kick in. You're better off with Soul Steal because at least with that move you can fill yourself up to almost full health with a shorter amount of time. This chamber did appear in Castlevania 3 as well as Rondo of Blood. It's slightly different though. Mainly in wear and tear, but still kind of different. Since Alucard can fully control his jumps, this platforming is 10 times easier as it was in the earlier games. That is if you just don't outright transform into a bat. That tends to happen, especially if you're a vampire. All of a sudden you're just a bat and you don't even know it until it's too late. The Sword Lords have a bit of a weird gimmick to them in that if you kill them, then their swords will remain with a ghost, and you have to strike the sword in order to kill the enemy as a whole. It's kind of like the hunting girl enemy, except there's one extra step into killing the Sword Lord. Wow, 1 HP. Thanks, Healing Mail. Thanks. Yeah, if this were Dracula's curse, that would be a bottomless pit. I'm pretty sure that room was just a bottomless pit in the original game. You know, Dracula's Curse, I heard people say it's a fantastic game, but I also heard the same people say it's too difficult. And yes, I can concede with that. Dracula's Curse, why are you so goddamn hard? Anyway, here's the boss of this stage. He is pathetic. That's actually one of my main problems with this game. The bosses are way too freaking easy. There's only one boss in the game that's considered super difficult and challenging. And he's kind of like a secret boss, so he doesn't really count. I will be showing off that secret boss. He's a tough one. But every other boss in this game, other than Dracula that is, bleh. Anyway, we're back to square one. Let's do a bit of exploring before we take on Richter. For real this time. Without killing him. Alucard's gonna have to adopt his Bruce Wayne code of no killing by somehow knocking Richter out? We don't know. But no, you're supposed to equip the holy glasses. That way you can see beyond the illusion and somehow get Richter out of his trance. There's another secret up above, and that's not only gonna house another heart up and a life up, but also the ghost card. What does it do? Well, it summons a ghost skull. Yeah, I know, it's kind of weak. I don't use the ghost card much, if at all, during this playthrough, so sorry if I don't show it off.
I've been waiting for you.
Answer me. Why is a Belmont planning to resurrect Count Dracula?
Dracula rises once a century. One chance for each Belmont to shine, and then we're finished. Forgotten. If I bring him back now, the battle can last for eternity.
You have lost your way. So be it, Vampire Hunter. Let your battle begin with me.
There's the orb. Your goal is to hit that orb until it breaks. It will fly around the room, but will not attack. That's what Richter is there for. And he's somewhat aggressive. At least he doesn't do that much damage, though. The strange thing is, who is controlling Richter? Can't be Dracula. And it sure as hell can't be Death. He hates Belmonts.
How inconvenient. But we've only just begun. The Master's ascension is at hand.
No! What have I done?
You saved him, Alucard. Thank you so much.
Alucard? The Alucard? You can't be. That was over 300 years ago.
Never mind that. Is the man who controlled you in that castle?
Yes, I think so.
Maria, take Richter and leave here. I'll finish this.
All right. Good luck.
Here's the true endgame to Symphony of the Night. Welcome to the inverted castle. Everything will be flipped on its head and it's up to you to rediscover the castle. This time you could go anywhere you want. But the true goal is to get all 5 of Dracula's pieces, or relics, in order to open up the final boss room. This is harkening back to Simon's Quest, where the player must also get 5 relics in order to defeat the final boss. Trust me, this final boss is way more challenging than Castlevania 2's final boss. You'll get your full money's worth with this one. But yeah, there's actually no detailed map in-game of the inverted castle. You have to explore this place on your own. So get your online guide ready, or just flip your map upside down, because that's really all that is. There are differences though, some slight and some more radical. Here we got the Royal Cloak. It's a glorious blue cape that slightly enhances defense. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I like it. I don't like the teal though. Ugh. I like the blue, but not the teal. The outer lining has to be... Ugh, why? Why is it greenish? Anyway, here's the Bastard Sword. Pretty okay weapon. It's kind of... The best way I can describe the Bastard Sword in this game is... It's kind of like a two-handed sword, but it takes up 1 slot. So you get the perks of a Swi-hander, but you also get the perks of a one-handed sword too. It's quick and it hits hard, and that's really all that matters. This guy's missing his head. He's losing his cool. And his name was Yorick. I only just now got the reference from playing LA Noire, so that was lost on me for a long time. So Yorick was from Hamlet, and he's just a dead skull. I'm not even sure if they gave a reason in the book, but he was just a dead skull. That's it. I haven't read Shakespeare since, what, 10th grade, 11th grade? And that was over 8 years ago. And honestly, Shakespeare is not really that interesting to me. Why can't schools make children read interesting books like Dune? Or Harry Potter? Or I don't know, just something like that. Lord of the Rings. Ugh, school curriculum. Sometimes they're good, most of the time they're shitty. My school is not bad at least. I can't really say the same for other schools. At least not in this day and age. But anyway, before I end the part, let me go back to the library. I'm gonna sell off the gems I collected and hopefully show you the bestiary this time. I didn't do so in the previous parts.
Young Master Alucard.
The bestiary shows you the different immunities and weaknesses that enemies and bosses have, as well as their drop items and the amount of experience they give to Alucard. The enemies list will show off each and every character that you killed as Alucard. And that includes Dracula from the beginning of the game too, since you killed him as Richter. And I think the enemies list also listed Maria and Richter as enemies that you defeated here too. I haven't checked that far down, but I think they're in here too. And yeah, I'm still disappointed that I haven't gotten that Mudman enemy, but oh well, they're not that important. Anyway, I'll see you in part 10 where we explore more of the inverted castle. I almost said underground castle. Oh, there is an underground section and it's strange. Anyway, I'll see you in part 10.